it's MK, and I am here with another Christmas 49 and Market Christmas Spectacular layout for you guys today. This is just a fun Christmas layout that I have, and I want to use these two stencils. This one here is the All-Star stencil, which is Scrapping Reflections' very first stencil that Sandy ever created and made for her shop, and I'm super excited to mix it with that Starburst stencil, which I think I got in a kit. I don't know who actually made the stencil. I apologize. Then I've got these cut apart sheets from all of my laser cut pieces. I have a few laser cut images that I want to put on this layout, but I'm not really sure. I know that I want to add the stars, but I don't know. Now, this is the chipboard piece from the cluster kit. And it got a little bendy, but it doesn't, once I add a little bit of adhesive to it, it doesn't matter. I'm going to use this packaging here to put down my photos. Now, this is the one rare incidence that I have shrunk my photos down because I thought, you know what, having this going across a 6x4 layout or a 12x12 layout and then having all 4x6 photos, it was just a lot, for one, and for two, they're pretty much doing the same thing. They're opening their letter from grandma, they're opening a couple Christmas gifts, things like that. And so mostly I like to do this just to see the difference in how they've grown on the couch. And so I pretty much do this every year. Okay, so I was missing a little bit of green in here, and I found all of these tiny little green laser cut stars, I believe in either the cluster kit or the scrapbook page kit, the workshop. I don't really remember where the green stars were, but they were definitely needed for this layout because it definitely becomes green and red heavy. Okay, so I'm also going to use this piece of cardstock, which is the packaging for the foundation paper. And I'm going to use that to frame in my paper. Now, I'm just going to see a little bit of border, so I am going to end up, I'm not going to gut it out because what I end up doing here makes my White Daisy cardstock super, super warpy. And so the other piece in the back will help stabilize it and flatten it out. All right, so I'm going to take this it's actually glitter paste because it's Sandy's favorite product is a lot of glitter. She likes the shimmer and shine. And I'm going to take it and rub it through. So I've got both my stencils layered on top of each other. And this is something that I have seen Sandy do, but I have never, ever attempted it. And so I am just going to take my paste and rub it through all of the stencil, but I've got the Starburst laid on or underneath the actual burst stencil. So I guess they're both bursts, but one is All-Star and then the other one is a burst. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go from edge to edge. I really wasn't sure about that. And then all of a sudden I realized, well, if I only go a little bit out, then all of this is going to be for little effort because of how much I want to put a lot of photos on this. And so I definitely want all of this effort to be seen all over my page. So I'm okay with covering up some of it. I did not do the whole sketch it out thing and see where exactly I need to put my my glitter paste. I just went for it. It was just something that sounded fun at the time. And I really do like the end result once I am done. So there's the reveal. Here it is all dried. And then I'm going to add a little bit of Dina Wakley in Glitz, which is her gold shimmer acrylic paint in a spray bottle. So I'm just going to splatter that going around really quickly. And I'm going to set that off to the side to dry while I work on my photos. Now, first thing I need to remember to do is cut off the extra strip because all of 49 and Market's papers are, I believe, 12.5 by 12. And then they all have a branding strip down at the bottom. And then, of course, the reverse of the branding strip is always very, very useful. It's always has some sort of pattern or saying on it or something. which I think is a pretty cool waste not packaging type of deal. Just like the backs of their packaging, I have been using the backs of their packaging since day one. I mean, every single one of their packaging is fabulous. So it's definitely something to not overlook because it's an extra thing that you get to play with and extend your kits a little bit longer. So if you didn't purchase, the whole shebang like I did, because I couldn't help myself, you guys, seriously, when did I draw the line? Which I never drew the line. So, but it definitely is something to look at when you only pick and choose a few things to play with. Like I definitely, for this collection, could have picked and choose a few things because I would have got the same exact, what's it called? Some of the exact same elements, but I do like the fact that I was able to stretch all of these elements. I didn't have to worry about running out of holly or running out of bows or running out of bells or something like that. I like that when it comes to my Christmas, because it seems like my very first few layouts that I do, I use all of the goods, right? And then I start getting further and further into my Christmas layouts throughout the month, and all of a sudden it's like, well, I don't have anything else to play with. And so I just really liked that aspect of this collection. It seems like I have all the holly and all the pine needles and all the stuff still, and I'm on, I don't know, layout 16. I have no idea. No, I missed 2 days, you guys. I apologize. I had a chaotic weekend, which led me to miss a couple days, and I had no clue that day 12, to be honest, I don't even know what I did that day. It didn't dawn on me until I went to go and publish day 13 and realized that day 12 was non-existent. Like, what did I do on day 12? I have no clue. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and after my paper has dried, I went ahead and cut off 1/4 of an inch. And now I'm checking to see, is that enough? Do I want more? I think it's plenty. I think 1/4 of an inch is just fine, but I wasn't sure to be honest, I just wasn't sure how much of that red that I want to see it. And I thought at first I was going to gut the red piece, until I realized how warpy my page is. So when my page gets super, super warpy, I always use my tear and tape on projects. Now, I try not to use my tear and tape on a lot of projects because it is time consuming to put down all the tape and then sit here and take off all the tape. It's almost like watching myself do something twice, even though it is a little bit not the same thing, because the first one I put it down, now I'm taking off. Weird. But it is time consuming, and so I try not to do this a whole lot on my videos, just because of the fact that when you put it in a page protector, it's pretty secure. I think the ATG does a fabulous job at keeping all of the things stuck to my page. But like I said, this page was pretty wobbly. And so I wanted to make sure that it was secured to the foundation paper of 49 and Market, because that is like cardboard, you guys. That is great cardstock to be playing with. If you guys have never had the opportunity to play with 49 and Market's papers, just try some out. It's fabulous. It just adds depth and dimension to your layout right off the bat just by adding the cardstock. It's a fabulous product, you guys. And it worked really well at holding my layout down, especially with the tear and tape. Now, because I am putting these film strips that I created of my kids opening their presents, I'm using tear and tape again because nothing sticks to glitter. Trust me, I've tried. I even tried the patience with liquid glue. And let's just say I have more patience with my 5 children than I do with liquid glue. I don't know why. It is so frustrating, but that is the last thing that I ever want to do, is hold down something. Like, I just can't do it. And Janet always tells me, well, put a glass block on it. Well, Janet, I don't think to do that. Clearly. And so I am just, I hold it with my fingers and complain the whole time. Just saying. And it's not a loud complaint. It's just this is annoying. What, I wish there was something better. And then I never hear Janet's little voice going, use an acrylic block. Yeah, never do. Never do. So I end up just using some tear and tape to hold it down. Well, this time I decided that I wanted one of my film strips popped up. There's not a lot of dimension on this layout, other than, cardstock and chipboard. So I decided to add foam, which I ran out of my negative chipboard, or my negative, chipboard pieces. So I was rushing to find some foam. I still have no fun foam. I just haven't, I haven't purchased it. It's my bad. But yes, I have, ran out. And so I'm struggling at trying to find all these little bits and pieces. And I have this little tray on my desk that houses those little bits and pieces so they don't all get scattered everywhere or in 6 different locations, right? Well, I didn't hardly have anything. So I had to go to my dusty attic chipboard that is still, like, I haven't used it yet, and take a few pieces off so I could use the dusty attic chipboard negative in order to pop this up. It was a thought process that wasn't really fully thought out yet. Let's just be honest. So, like I said, these are, if you notice, there's a picture of my kids holding the present and then a picture of my kids opening the present. So technically it's only, I want to say, 4 presents. And then the little red envelopes are gifts from the grandparents. And we stick those on the tree, and then the kids go and find their names in the tree and sit down and appreciate what Grandma and Grandpa has gifted them. And it's actually really cool. Sometimes it's tickets to go to this little theme park over in Salt Lake called Lagoon. Sometimes it's tickets to go into the zoo. Sometimes, like, I believe this year it was a ticket for the Polar Express, and we went down to the Polar Express, but I don't remember if it was this year or if it was the 2020, and then we had to wait till 2021 to go and see the Polar Express. I believe that's the way it went, to be honest, because I'm doing all my train photos in conjunction with all of these photos. So yes, this one wasn't the train tickets, but it just depends on what Grandma sent. And it is actually really fun because the kids know that inside the envelope is a really fun outing that Grandma has planned for us. And sometimes she meets with us, depending on what it is. She won't go to a theme park. That's just too much for her. But depending on what it is, sometimes she meets up with us. So, and it's my parents, so it's both of them. But I always say she. Grandma's like the boss. So, all right. I did cut out a lot of me cutting out because most of the stars were fussy cut out. I cut a lot of that out, and then I didn't realize that my page was halfway cut off. For the majority of the process. So once I realized that and scooted my page up, I cut that whole process out, you guys. I apologize, and only showed the process of, what I was fully in the camera view for. I am kind of a little disappointed that one of my little signs or label pieces, tiny word bits, was a little off kilter, but other than that, I love this layout. I love the little burst of stars. I don't know why I have not even thought to combine 2 stencils together like this before, because it was so fun. I'm glad I finally gave it a try. Sandy's been doing it for years, you guys. Seriously. She does a mixed media project every Sunday. If you want to go check out her channel, it is Steak Goddess here on YouTube. And it's just fabulous. She has been doing a layout a day, or not a layout, but a YouTube video a day, I want to say since 2018 or 2019. So she's got lots of content out there, you guys. She's not as sporadic as I am, let me tell you. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, truly appreciate it, and I will check you guys all later. Bye.